1. Let's go, Birds.
Hey, I'm over here with Birdman, Vatos Locos Forever.
That's right, baby.
Birdman_951. That's what I like and subscribe. That's where I'm getting my information about what the West Coasters think. Party on, Eagles fans. It's going to be an amazing year.
Birdman_951. This is Raider Republic from Las Vegas, Nevada, 2022 draft week. Bang!
Birdman _951. Birdman.
What is up? What is cracking on this Monday after we beat those Cleveland Mud Dogs? I don't even call them the Browns, but we laid the smackdown on the Mud Dogs yesterday. But we're gonna get into that video and everything. What is going on today? We are all blessed on Monday, and we're gonna get into it. I got a special guest, Henry, with the Monica and Henry from TikTok and all that, clowning on them, those Cowboy fans out there. It is funny to see all that stuff. Great dude representing the Birds over there in Texas, doing God's work over there, letting them know what's up, repping the Birds over there. But let's bring on my guests in the back room. Before we do that, let me give a special, the handshake.
You son of a bitch.
What up, my guy? What's cracking? What's up with it, man?
What's good, man? What is good?
Oh man, we got a victory Monday. I know it's preseason, and I know we're gonna have a lot more victory Mondays, but I'll take it, man. It's all good. So how's everything going over there in Texas, man?
Man, it's still hot. Luckily, man, it's been raining all day today, so we got blessed with that because we needed it, man. Bad, bro. Bad.
Big facts. So, did you get to see the whole entire game in its entirety? Yes. Okay, yes. So from your point of view, give me some good, give me some bad, and then just kind of give me your overall take of what went down yesterday. So go ahead.
All right. So the run game's solid. I love the run game. That's what I wanted to see because when I found out that the starters weren't going to play, and I was like, oh, okay, then we're going to be running the ball. So I wanted to see if Boston Scott and Kenny G still got it, you know what I'm saying, which they didn't let me down. That it was running hard. Boston Scott could have got free on that first one, man, but he stepped out of bounds. They weren't really doing like no deep shots. At first, it was just like the RPO, and with that new cat, that Deion Kane, and Quez Watkins caught a couple. Rager, he caught like one, I think. The defense, I felt, was kind of like easing up just a little bit. I didn't really see too much of Jordan Davis or Nakobe Dean until later on in the game.
Yeah.
I thought they were kind of playing soft, right? Because Joshua Dobbs, dude's pretty good. Like, he was breaking off. And I think that they were just taking it easy yesterday because of the field conditions and the weather. And, it's still preseason, but still, you got to get in the rhythm of actual gameplay because there ain't no letting up whenever the season starts, you know what I mean?
Right.
But I was happy with the run game because I'm a running guy. And I was happy. I was very happy.
Yeah, and we'll talk. So speaking of the running game, there's a rumor flying about possible Kareem Hunt getting with the Birds and stuff like that. My opinion is we do need to do. There does need a move. A move needs to happen because my gut's telling me that this Miles Sanders, he's gonna miss some time.
Yeah.
It just like he already got something going on. My meter already up. I was kind of happy that Devontae Smith. I was worried about him because of the groin injury. and I still have like those haunted days with Deshaun Jackson when they try to say it wasn't that big of a deal, and
Yeah.
that little thing turned into like he almost didn't play the whole damn season. I think, yeah, he basically only missed 2 years.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't know what kind of football strategy that is, but I don't know if that's kind of died down or something like that. But Howie is going to need to address that because I don't want Jalen Hurts running for his life. I want it to be like we run and we do that committee thing and let's stick with it. If you're not gonna go get a guy, then I'm telling everybody right now that KG is the number one running back for the Philadelphia Eagles, and nobody is going to tell me any different
No.
because it's not Boston Scott, and that's no shot to Boston or anything. We kind of already know what Boston brings to the Philadelphia Eagles. He kind of brings that little. He's our basically our replacement to
Darren
Sproles.
Sproles.
He's like the he's like Darren Sproles' little cousin or something that's trying to come up or something like that.
Yeah.
But like what I was saying, like this dude, if there is nobody coming from anywhere else, and how he wants to stick this guy, stick with what his strategy is, which is running by committee, then I'm telling you, this guy. I know it's a lot of pressure, but KG is gonna definitely have to be the guy that is gonna, be solidified in the running back room, and he's gonna need to take that starting role position because let's just face it, guys. Miles Sanders just has not been there for us, and I'm a type of fan that once I already seen something's kind of been when it's like beating a dead horse. Like once that same records going on, like we got to move on. And I noticed Philadelphia Eagles, like the organization has a problem where we kind of just like hold on to these players like Nelson, even though he won a bowl, but he had so many other issues. Let's see, who else is there? There was a guy like Jordan Hicks that we just kept bringing him, even though he kept getting hurt. Who else? JJ Arcega Whiteside. Now it seems like we're kind of doing this with Jalen Rager because he's looking good in camp, and I'm tired of looking good at camp, but when the bright lights time to shine, they're nowhere to be found. They're dropping. They're not in the right space or whatever. So I hope the mentality of the Philadelphia organization is that, we're tired of waiting. We're not in the waiting business. If we're not going to wait for Jalen Hurts, we're not going to wait for we're enough of the waiting. We need results now because we're spending all this money for this guy, trading here, trading there, giving this pickup, giving that pickup. Like we need results now. I'm not in the mood to be like, oh, we'll be good and give us 2 more years now, guys. That's like your windows now. What they are trying to do is now Jalen Hurts has no excuses.
None.
So
None.
the opportunity is now. No matter, how there's the divide in the fan base, no matter if you're pro Jalen or anti Jalen, like at the end of the day, Jalen Hurts is going to play on that first game, and if you're an Eagles fan, you're supporting the Eagles, even if it's this guy right here, Reed Sinet. I'm gonna call him Sinet, but that might be wrong, but that's what I'm gonna call him right now. Even if it's this guy at the quarterback, we're gonna have to ride with this dude because that's what the organization has chosen. So
let me ask you, like, what would you be willing to give up for Kareem Hunt?
Hassan Reddick, number 1 fan. What's good? What's good?
Hey.
Hassan in the building. We got AK in the building. What's good? What's going on, guys? Make sure you hit that like. Appreciate you guys being in there. For Kareem, like, I was thinking we could do like Dillard, um, maybe one of these running backs, maybe. Well, we're short in the tight end, so I mean, we got plenty of wide receivers. So maybe we could throw in a wide receiver. Shoot, I would give Ray, I'll give Riggs and Dillard or something like that. I'll stick it out with Zach or something like that, or maybe somebody saw something in Zach or something. But I'm not gonna go. I don't want to hurt this team anymore. That's why if they are not sold on Miles anymore, like I am, then we're going with KG. Just ride it with KG, and then what happens happens. I think Huntley's good enough to be in the back. I think Boston's more than good. I think he's shown time and time again that he can hold it down. I mean, if worst came to worst, Boston could even be our number one in the worst case scenario, and we'd be okay. But the only problem I see, Hen, is that when you handicap our running back room, you're asking Jalen Hurts to run more, and I want how he was on the incline. I want him to be on the decline on running. I want him more focused in the pocket and hitting his reads. I know we're going to take shots, but what I need him to focus on is his reads, and I need him to see the cat's wide open. And if you're a receiver and you drop that ball, then your time is going to be cut. It's like there was so many drop passes like that's got to be over with this wide receiving room. There's no more excuses for that. And I don't want to hear if Riggs goes out there and he drops a game-winning touchdown, dude, we're doing it again. There's no room for error. I'm not saying he's going to catch every single ball, but if that ball's in the breadbasket,
I mean, you got to catch it.
Catch a damn ball, bro. And
the ball hit your hands, you need to catch it.
Let's see. So a couple guys I want to talk about. So I think we're kind of on the same page with KG. How do you feel his role? How vital is a KG in your eyes for this Philadelphia offense? How vital do you think he is?
Well, I think he's very important, man. He's the way that he was running yesterday, like he wants it, you know what I mean? And he was just like he wants to run the football, and he's good enough to run the football. He showcased that last year too, and helped us be the number one rushing attack in the league. And I love Boston Scott's role, just like you were talking about earlier with the whole Darren Sproles deal. But that's what he is. Like, he's a scat pack. You know what I'm saying? Like scat back. Said scat pack, but a scat back. And he can kill her off the screen. Like KG is a more up the gut type of runner. You know what I'm saying? Boston Scott's a little bit too small for that, I think, personally. Like, I think he's good off the wing and then off the screens and all that. But I think KG is very important to this team, and he helps our run game a lot. And I think if he gets the workload, that'll take some of the workload off of Jalen Hurts from running too, because they're going to design plays for him to start running if Miles Sanders ain't there. You know what I mean? And but I mean, like, I love the kid. I mean, dude can run.
Yeah, like some people I think are kind of sleeping on him. So I'm like, let's just run with him, dude. We got to stop this scared approach or whatever it is. Let them play, dude. That they train, they do all this stuff. They're in the weight room. They're doing all this off-season stuff that we always see all the hype videos. They're in the weight room running, and you'll probably see them on a treadmill, probably running like 30 miles an hour. Like, dude, this is it now. This is it. There's no more. And then not only that, you're not even asked to play that. Your role is not even that big. You're not playing like a every down. You're not an every down back. So there's no reason. There's no excuse. No reason why we shouldn't be like again top 10 running back. You know, in the NFL, like our running back should be our running game top 10, easy. Like there should be no problem with that. Like there's teams that just use 2 guys and the third guy once in a blue moon. Like, nah, dude, let's just run. No more walking stuff back. And Nick Sirianni, you definitely got to stick to your guns, man. Like you know what I want to see from Nick Sirianni? That same energy that when they hit Jalen Hurts on the side last game. I want to see that same energy every week, bro. You got to bring that. Like there's no more holds bar. This is no holds bar. Nick Sirianni, you already know what Philly's about. I see you wearing the shirts. You know the fans. You meet with the fans. So no slacking. There's no room for no error. Just you got to bring that same energy every week. And if it's one of your main dudes, even if it's Jalen, get in their face, man. This is what you were brought here to do. None of the, Gruden. There's a lot of guys that are that type. Like they're gonna get in your face and they're gonna let you know. So that's kind of what I want, that energy with this Philadelphia team, because you can't always be Mr. Nice Guy. I think Doug Peterson is Mr. Nice Guy, and I love Doug Peterson, but I think like the main head, like something was bad in the air. That's why they went their separate ways. But water under the bridge now. But stuff like that. But like I said, for the future, like show me that you want to be like the next Eagles coach for 10 plus years. Like that. That's another thing. I am tired of the Philadelphia Eagles. Now we went after Reed. We're kind of doing this carousel of freaking coaches. Enough with this. Enough. You have all these people scouting, and you looked at all these guys that wanted the job, even down to Deuce Staley and all that stuff. So you told the fan base that this is the guy. So stick with this guy. Mm-hmm. And when the going gets tough, don't get going. Like, because
I want a Deuce. Because that's my boy. You know what I'm saying?
And the thing with Deuce is that the only problem I had with that hand is just like I wanted somebody that was in the position, like he was more of like the running backs coach, but I wanted like he needed to be promoted to a bigger job, and then we could have moved him in. This would have been something different, because I don't think I've ever heard of a running backs coach go straight to coach. So but you could be right. We could have gave him the shot or whatever, but I think maybe something like that wasn't warranted or something like that. But even if we were the first organization to do it, I wouldn't have been mad at it. But I think Deuce would have brought that energy that I'm talking about, because he already knows Philadelphia. So, but again, the main heads made the final decision. So I want them to stick with it, but Nick Sirianni has a lot to prove, because you look at what just imagine that you're a second-year coach and you got a guy like AJ Brown,
right?
You got Jason Kelsey, Lane Johnson, Malata, dude. This is no pun intended, but this is a star-studded team right now, And that doesn't mean that I'm saying they're all stars and all that. I'm just saying that.
It's a star.
The work alone these guys have been putting, like a guy like Jordan, a guy like Lane, a guy like Fletch. Like, dude, I'm not making this up. These guys could be, potential Hall of Famer guys. So, not many coaches get this opportunity. So there's a lot to ride on Nick Sirianni. And let's get back. Let me get to some of these guys I want to talk about real quick. So we got our man Mr. Cam Jurgens in the building, putting in that work yesterday. And let me tell you, Henry, I am so happy that I see the production that this guy is giving, because even if my guy, the governor, Jason Kelsey of Philadelphia, is not able to play on that Detroit game, I'm completely fine with my guy, Mr. Cam Jurgens, taking that role. If our guy, the governor, Jason Kelsey, needed to take an extra day because he got that, that tennis elbow or whatever like that, he'd be doing them WWE elbow smashes off the top rope.
But I think because he has a streak going, so I think he might play one snap just to keep that streak alive.
Oh, okay, I see.
You know what I'm saying? Like the most consecutive starts. So he might just do it one. Like if he does need a day, he'll be out there just for one snap.
Yeah, I mean that's all fine and dandy, but if he needed the extra day or the
Yeah, I know.
organization wanted to, made the call and say, give it another week or whatever, I'm totally fine with it. And but I'm gonna tell you right now, I was listening to Baldy breakdowns, and this might be a hot take, Hen, but I want to say that our future is bright in the center, man. I think the future is bright with Cam, man. I think
it's nice.
be
It's
the guy.
real nice. It's nice.
I know this might be premature, but I don't know, man. I just kind of like sometimes I felt it with Jordan Mailata. Sometimes you just have like these feelings about these players where you know that there's something special brewing, and I call me crazy, but I do think that Cam is going to be here to stay, man. I don't see the guy going anywhere, and that to go from Jason Kelsey to Cam, I mean, that's a blessing right there, bro. Because normally, that's hit and miss right there. You could try your best, but getting, and the fact that he's out there, doing these type of things with Jalen already and all that just gives me high hopes.
But Kelsey was the one that wanted him. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why they drafted him in the second round.
The irony, right?
Yeah.
Irony, and then who knows, man? Maybe Jason ends up, still. I mean, I think he's gonna live in Philadelphia. That's it, man. Like Philadelphia.
Yeah, he ain't going nowhere.
That man can go. That man can do anywhere he wanted to in Philadelphia, and he's got the key to the city and to all the fans. That dude's a number one, fan, dude. Like he's awesome. And let's talk about Mr. Green Tsunami, Jordan Davis. How you feeling about this man right here?
Man, that dude is a monster, bro.
Yes, sir.
I saw him against the Jets. They were triple teaming him, doubling him, man, and he was just throwing everybody to the ground, man. And then what's so great about that, though, is that even if he slips, man, like Nakobe Dean's right behind him, and they got that chemistry from Georgia. And, man, like I saw him throw down the center, man, from the Jets and chase after Zach Wilson, which I hope he's okay. I hope Zach Wilson comes back soon. He should have ran out of bounds, but instead he tried to cut because old big man was chasing him down. But
that's just a fluke. That was just a fluke thing, man. That's like Daniel Jones tripping over the sprinklers on Philadelphia, and they're trying to cry like, "Oh my God, hey man." It is what it is, man.
But man, I couldn't be more happy with that dude, especially with him and Fletch side by side, and then rotating. That dude's just a monster of a man, dude. And like, man, I just can't get over like how big he is, right? And then he's athletic, he can move, and he's strong, he's power, man. That dude's gonna be a force for real. And whenever Fletch decides to go, that's one of my favorite players, man. I love Fletch to death, but we will be all right. We will be all right.
I'm excited. And I actually, John Clark, before we made the pick, he asked, and I just said, hey, I feel Jordan Davis is going to be the guy. I just felt that the energy was right. I think that the Eagles were in the – man, we were just – dude, when you think about everything that has happened this year from like – we're not even – talking about just getting one dude in the draft. We're talking about multiple dudes that are going to be playing and being productive. Like, dude, that normally doesn't happen, with us. And even last year, so I don't know how he's just been watching Birdman _951, and I've been telling him, this is what you need to do because, man, I've been yelling at him for the past 3 years, But
I think I've been yelling at him longer than that.
Yeah, it has been longer than that, but the most brutal has been like the last 3.
Oh yeah, oh my God.
But it's just like the times it changes, and I hope that he doesn't change. I don't know what breakfast he's been having or what kind of beer he's drinking, but don't change the plan because I feel that I don't know, Henry. I think this is like a new Howie Roseman, man. Maybe this is his brother or something like double impact. I'm like,
because I didn't even know that we had Kazir White until he intercepted that ball. I thought it was Dean that intercepted it, and then they said Kazir White. And I said, man, we got him too. I
yes,
was
sir.
like, ooh.
Yeah, and I just can't.
That was like under the radar. Like
I just can't wait for football. It's like 20 days away, maybe 19. But I just can't wait to see this on the field, bro. I'm like,
oh, I know.
I'm not saying we're all that and what is it, all that and something, but
all that in a bag of potato chips.
Yeah, I ain't saying all that right now, but we're in for like a great season. And the scary thing though is if we figure it out. If we figure it out, it's kind of like doing a calculus test or whatever. Remember, I forgot what that dude from Hangover, when he's all doing the number, like Rain Man, Rain Man doing all the numbers and stuff going around. If the Philadelphia Eagles figure it out, watch out. If Jalen figures it out and it's starting to make sense, the defenses, where the guys are going to be, hitting them in stride, making the right call, audibles, knowing what the coach is going to expect, knowing what the OC is going to expect, know what your players are doing. Yeah. Pay attention to your players.
The scheme against the Jets was nice, man, because they were doubling Brown over the top and Goddard slid up underneath him and then Hurts him with the touchdown, which was nice. It was really nice. And that first drive, he looked good. A couple dink and dunks, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And but the dink and dunks, you start after that starts getting old, then you start getting a little crazier with you. Start like, let's get this route going, Yeah. That's kind of what happened with Dak Prescott. Because remember, dink and dunk, dink and dak, dink and dak, dink and dak. And then finally started getting that confidence to start throwing these dudes open because he got comfortable. And that's kind of where I need Jalen to be at.
Yeah.
Let's show this play real quick. Get it full screen. I guess it don't need to be full screen. All right, let me roll the tape real quick.
Symposium one, you always got to have a fall guy. Yeah. I think Vincent Herzog is your fall guy there.
Well, I don't know who the fall guy is, but Devin Allen, the Olympic hurdler, look.
Chris Carter
one more time.
Got to have a fall guy in the NFL, so I think Vincent Herzog is your fall guy there.
Well, I don't know who the fall guy is.
So now let's get into this video real quick. Okay. I was listening. I forgot who was saying it, but I think it was I can't think of the other YouTuber. I don't know why I can't think of his name right now, but he was saying that he brought up Jalen Hurts. And I read Sinet. I probably might be butchering his name, but this man right here, okay. I didn't really care for his game against the Jets. I thought it was real bad. But then, then I also got to slide it a little bit because, it is our 3s and 4s out there trying to get a name for themselves out there. So I can't go too crazy with it because, the defense was getting at him real easy. But the problem with that play is he looked really good doing that.
Yeah.
And I almost want to say that looked too easy. The problem I have with this is that when I don't see my guy Jalen doing something like that, that gets at me because we have speed on this team.
Mm-hmm.
Even with Quez, Smith, the Slim Reaper, we have speed on this team. So that kind of draws a little problem with me because when I see that, how many plays could we actually get and hit if Jalen was actually be able to do something like that? Like this kid look, I don't know how, but this kid looks small out there. Look, a puny dude. Look, yeah. I mean, look at this guy. And he's slaying the rock like Michael Vick. And
Yeah, he said that he had to throw it as hard as he could and hoped that the ball caught up to Devin Allen because he knows how fast he is. He goes, man, I just threw it as hard as I could.
I mean, but even look, I mean, just that doesn't even look. Let's see it again. Let me see it again. One more time.
We can watch it more than twice.
Chris Carter told the rookie symposium once, you always got to have a fall guy in the NFL.
Did that really look like he threw it like that was all his strength? I don't think so, man.
Have a fall guy.
Look at that.
In the NFL, so I think Vincent Herzog is your fall guy there.
Well,
but
it was a beauty.
So,
it was a beauty.
So this is the thing that I was saying, and I know all the Eagle fans are probably like, "Oh man, you're crazy." And Jalen Hurts can do that all day, every day, but he really hasn't. And that's the thing I think is like the downfall of Jalen Hurts is like him not being able to do that, because imagine if he can do that mixing with what he already does. Wow, dude. Like, when we need a play to happen like that, because just think about that Kansas City Bills game, dude.
Yeah.
That was a crazy game.
That was like probably one of the best games that I've seen in a very long time.
And
that game was nuts.
If you asked me to bet $1 million that Jalen Hurts could replicate that, I probably wouldn't take that bet. I don't have that much confidence in Jalen kind of slinging the rock like that, because I don't think that's what he does. That's something that's not part of his game, and people say you could learn that, but I don't think so. But I don't think I need him to do that to be successful with the Philadelphia Eagles. I think I just need him to do his reads. If you can take the shot, I did see him sling it to Deshaun Jackson, a while back now, 3 years maybe. And, he did throw that one to Quez, and I think he was out of bounds and all that stuff. So I don't want to say that he can't do it, but the thing is that he's probably not going to do that as much as we would like to think. I think it's going to be
no. If he does that, if he throws it like that, it'll be him scrambling outside of the pocket. Because Hurts can throw that, but he has to be scrambling to do that.
What's up, Next Shift? Randy, appreciate you, man. Make sure you hit that like for your boy one time. Reed, he slinged the rock that play was I'm totally impressed with him throwing that. And I'm not gonna say Reed is gonna be, the next Michael Vick or Josh Allen, but the thing about it is like, man, if Jalen did that, bro, oh my God.
Yeah.
We're talking about like a deep run in the playoffs and stuff like that. And like, it's just, we'll see.
I was more impressed at how fast that dude was. Like I already knew he was fast, but I didn't know he was that fast with pads on, right? Because it's a different speed whenever you throw the pads on. And that dude just blew by everybody. And I was just like, holy.
And what's funny about Mr. Devin Allen is that when I first heard that we signed him and everything, I was like, are we serious? Are we getting a dude from the Olympics? I mean, what's next? Eagles bobsledding team? Like, what's up with this,
But see, he was a receiver with Oregon, and then he tore his ACL.
Right.
And then that went his draft deal, and then he went to the Olympics, started doing hurdling and all that stuff. And then I think he recorded like the third fastest time in like world history or something, second or third or something like that, like for the 100-meter hurdles.
Yeah. And what's impressive is that, that he was still able to, transition and still do his things in the Olympics and everything. And he makes that catch, bro. Like,
I know.
bro, like that is amazing that he did that. And I know people could get mad and say, "Oh, it's preseason, bro. It's preseason." But go tell it to a
You get a
Cowboys
chance
fan.
to see what your other people got. You know what I mean? People be like, "Oh, I don't watch preseason. Preseason don't mean it. Preseason means a lot." You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I was gonna say, just ask the Cowboy fans, how crazy are they going with that turbine, dude?
Oh, you don't even want to know what.
Bro, I've seen so many videos of that dude, going crazy.
Man, you don't even want to know what was on my
man.
Facebook, bro.
Yeah, they're already saying he's the next. What's his name? What was that dude that has
Devin Hester?
Yeah, they were saying the next head.
Like, bro,
wow.
you got a long ways to go, man.
Yeah, they already crowned him, but you know how the Cowboys get. But back to the real subject. But you know what I'm saying is like that. I'm just totally impressed that he did that, and I mean, there's guys that have the speed, and I don't know. I just haven't seen that grab and everything. Like that kind of like gets me excited that this dude was able to do that, because if he breaks one off, we're possibly looking at like a Deshaun Jackson type speed, bro. And like maybe I think, is he faster than Deshaun Jackson?
He ran a 4.35 on the 40 at his combine.
I gotta look that up, man. But I mean, even if it's Deshaun's speed or his speed, like, bro, dude, like can you imagine if he just breaks one out, or it's a slippery field and that guy bites and he slides and Allen just goes like that? He's gonna be in the end zone like this. Hey, you guys got the time? Yo, I'm waiting for the ball real quick. You know what? If he does a couple more of these, I might have to call him the Flash.
I'm waiting for the next gen stats on how fast he goes.
That'd be cool. That'd be sweet.
I haven't got him yet. Because Quez last year got 21.62 versus the 49ers. And Tart was the one that caught him. So if he's going 21.6 miles an hour and Tart catches him,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just imagine how fast Tart was going.
Yeah, so next just said, yes, sir. He said he was a decent wide receiver in college, go Ducks, but tore his ACL and still has the speed plus hands. Like that, dude, I'm actually want to see a couple. I'm going to go look at his highlight video just to see those.
Yeah, he had one, man, like it was like a 77-yard touchdown. I don't know if it was a game winner, but he did have a 77-yard.
Yeah, I was thinking. Yeah, I was going to talk about the Tiger King. So Tiger King, somebody showed me his stats, and I guess his numbers were really good. But they didn't really ask much of him yesterday. I think it was more running and stuff. He did have that one pass to where is he at right here, to my guy
Deion Kane.
And here's stuff that gets me excited is seeing guys try their hardest. And props, he had made another catch, but when you look at a player turn around, jump in the air, I mean, this dude, I don't know who this that corner is. That's a corner, right? It was a corner, pretty sure. But he was covered really well. I mean, he was right there. And we're talking split second, that hand or finger gets in the way of the ball, that ball's probably not being caught. But the fact that he turned around, paid attention, still grabbed the rock, and still landed with it, made a completed pass, like that gets me excited that these dudes are fighting out there and trying to make this roster spot. And make it difficult for Nick Sirianni, Howie Roseman, all the Chiefs in there that are making these decisions. But like, that's what I want to see. Some people, like a lot of people, poo-poo on the preseason, but these things, like if you pick and choose the right guy, and he believes in what you're selling them as a player, if you believe what the coach is telling you, and that makes you believe in yourself and fight for that roster, like that gets me excited knowing that these guys are in for the competition, because that's what it's about. You're in there fighting for your family. You know what? Like
Mhm.
maybe him doing that, he might earn, even if he gets on the practice squad, those dudes make money or whatever. But the fact that a player's doing that is telling me that the Eagles are kind of in that transition to just get better and make these guys work, because sometimes, they're not feeling it or whatever, or it doesn't feel that they're motivated. He could have just dropped it or whatever, but the fact that he did two, and that play was awesome, dude. Like,
It was.
let's see if we get this comment real quick. Tiger King. Mitch Coffey calls him Uncle Rico.
Yeah.
Let's see, D Kane over J. Oh shoot! Oh shoot!
No.
He's starting to getting the fans riled up. It's gonna be a divide. Plays like that, dude, just like sell me, especially in the preseason. A lot of people kind
The
of
play that got me hyped. The play that got me hyped was whenever Joshua Dobbs was going for the end zone and then he jumped and then the safety like speared him in midair and denied him the touchdown.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
And I'm sitting there jumping off. I'm like, whoa! And everybody's like, it's preseason. I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah, they didn't care when they hit Jalen last week. And I was gonna tell you, you know what? I was watching. I don't know if you watch Baldy's breakdowns, but I recommend that you do because
Yeah, I do.
He studies the film, and I listen to him whether it's good or bad. I got to hear about my team, and one thing he did say that I didn't like was the defense was giving up way too many yards.
Mm-hmm.
To what was his name? Is his name Dobbs? Is it Dobbs or Hobbs?
Dobbs, Josh Dobbs.
Okay, Dobbs was looking like freaking Lamar Jackson out there.
Was.
Looking like Jalen Hurts running all over us. And I didn't appreciate that, man. I didn't appreciate that one bit. So I gotta say, I gotta call a spade. And Gannon, that was unacceptable, dude. They were gashing you. They were tearing it up. That Dobbs was pretty much doing what he wanted to do.
Dearness Johnson is a good running back.
Right.
And they were just letting him just go. And I'm just like,
right.
Like, what are y'all doing?
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, Jay Dobbs. And let me talk about Cleveland a little bit. If you go back and watch the highlights, Cleveland was playing pretty serious. They weren't just taking it for what it was. They were playing out there. So I'm gonna give Cleveland some props here because they weren't just letting the Eagles do what they wanted. They're like, hey, we're gonna play too. So that draws up a little bit of concerns. I just didn't like the vibe of the defense.
No.
That gets me worried a little bit because we got one more preseason left, and to be honest with you, this was supposed to not showcase, but this was supposed to be our what do they call it? Our stage. Like before you go on stage, you're supposed to do I forgot what they call it. Curtain call. I don't know what the hell it's called.
Rehearsal.
Something like that. But yeah, it's like a rehearsal thing. I wasn't feeling what the defense was rehearsing. I was like, was the rehearse just putting hands on hips and saying, hey, man, he ain't too bad. It's kind of like playing with Jalen Hurts, like if Jalen Hurts is a running quarterback and y'all are defense, you should be ready for a running quarterback because that's what Jalen Hurts does. And for you to allow that man to do what he did, razzle dazzle and this and that, he nearly was going to take that to the house if he didn't trip.
Yeah.
Oh boy, that was a touchdown right there. You can't be doing that. And that
was a nice scramble too, man. That was real nice.
And the bad thing about this, Henry, was that they did it fast. It wasn't long, a 10-minute drive. Like they were on the move. And the defense, I don't know, man. Like, see, that's the thing. Like with this Gannon experiment, he got me worried. Now, I know, guys. I know that it's preseason, but that doesn't mean that you cannot bring me, that sense of urgency,
energy, just something. Like
yeah.
make the guys like want like even like the threes and fours, like they were just acting like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's almost like he told them, like, look, like take it easy, you know what I'm saying, whatever. So I don't know if that had any effect with the weather or the field, but hey, it's football. Rain, sleet, snow, sunshine, whatever, you got to go play.
Yeah, see, you're right. Next year, totally agreeing. Gannon's scheme was horrible yesterday, and our second and third strings were looking like Swiss cheese, 110%. The whole time, I'm looking at, I was chilling with the guys and stuff, and I'm looking at the game, and I'm not gonna lie, guys, I was watching the game like this.
Idiot!
What?
Do you realize what you've just done? You just cost me 25 grand, Polly.
Yeah? Blow me.
And the bags have been in your possession the whole time?
What?
Have these bags been in your possession the whole time?
What?
I like my defense. Where were you guys? You guys were asleep. You were asleep. I don't know what was going on, bro, but that had me a little bit concerned. I had some concern right there because these guys are supposed to be ready, man. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Well, I feel you on that.
The intensity of our thirds and fourth were like, yeah, like see, it's true, man. I couldn't tell you what they were doing out there, man. It's like, whoo. But overall, okay. What's your letter grade for the offense?
Yesterday?
Yeah.
Man, letter grade for the offense. I would probably go with a B minus.
B minus.
B minus.
Now, do you think that B minus has to do with the lack of throwing that the Tiger King was doing right there? It was kind of
just like, you know what I'm saying, like using the RPO too much, just like taking it too easy. You know what I mean?
And that's another thing. I don't know if you're feeling this, but is it me or is the Minshew mania kind of
dying down a little bit?
Yeah, man. I'm not
feeling. You gotta notice with Jacksonville, whenever he stepped in, it was like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, boom, and then he won a game. And it was like, oh, Minshew mania, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then he rode that for so long. And then when we got him, and then he had that game against the Jets, he did pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Like, and everybody's calling for Minshew, you know what I'm saying? Minshew, right? Well, he was just like too hyped. He was really hyped.
Yeah, but the thing is that
the game to get that start, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but here's the thing: the NFL, not for long. You got to ride this thing out.
Mm-hmm.
You might get a shot, and don't tell me that another team's not looking at you, because if one of their guys goes down, look at the situation with the Jets. You could potentially be a starter for the Jets or the damn Browns.
Yeah.
So the thing is, I'm not liking Tiger King's attitude. I'm not it seems like, he's my son and he hasn't been doing his homework. So I said, there's no more Fortnite for you. No more Call of Duty. You ain't going to play. You ain't going to go to the strip club on Grand Theft Auto. That ends this week, So, he seems a little sad deep down. He might not be showing it, but the body language I'm not feeling the body language with my guy, the Tiger King. And with Mr. Reed Sinnett, I think they're kind of don't call me crazy, but I think they're kind of evening out a little bit. And if Reed pulls it up, he might be going up on the ladder, passing the King a little bit here. So we'll see what happens. This next preseason game this might determine if Reed moves up the ladder, surpasses the King. But I'm just telling you right now, Eagle fans, I'd be a little bit concerned because I feel like his energy is down because that starting thing, that starting role he had asked for, he got shut down. But that doesn't mean you don't keep the same energy.
Right.
It's like this, bro. When anybody notices you for something you did, like they're like, okay, oh, Birdman, he was doing something here. I took a picture with him, and he does this. He dressed up. Like, stick with what people like. If the Minshew mania, the Minshew maniac thing, you got to bring that, because it's like you only have that one opportunity where you got to take it, and that's your thing. But if it's kind of raining down on you too much and it's a big letdown, I kind of see it from the king himself. So don't be shocked if Reed Sinet moves up the ladder a little bit, and maybe they do move on from the king and someone picks him up. But I was telling you, I really wanted Gardner Minshew to stay with the Eagles, because if Jalen Hurts had to miss any kind of time, I would have been okay with it, because I feel that Gardner could ride it out. But the way I see him now, I don't feel the same way.
Yeah.
And for the offense, I'm gonna give them a B minus as well, or I'll give them a B. I'll give them a B. And then the defense, I'm gonna give the defense a D plus, just for showing up. I shouldn't even give them a plus. I'm gonna give the defense a D. D. They're getting a D. What's your grade for the defense?
Incomplete.
Oh man!
Besides that one play, man, like I love that one play. That one play, whenever he got speared, that was it. But other than that, man, it was just too soft.
Next shift's got a B plus.
I think we got a
celebrity
up in here.
And we got Dallas Cowboys. You know what? Dallas Chris ears were ringing. He's like, oh man, something in the air ain't right. As he said, it's raining down there in Texas, right?
Yeah.
So he must be on his old rocking chair on the porch, singing that Cowboys and we them boys. And he's like, wait a second, I hear something. I think the damn Eagles. I hear a screech sound in the YouTube video.
It's funny because Sunday morning I texted him and I said, man, like y'all need to sign that Turpin guy ASAP, right? Right. Then he texted me, he goes, oh, that scared you a little bit, right? I said, bro, you're making me laugh way too early in the morning for this, right? Well, then when Devin Allen caught that, I sent him the clip and I said, y'all got somebody fast, but we got somebody faster.
Oh dang! Oh, now you starting already, huh? But let me give my guy Dallas credit.
You son of a bitch.
That's how the Eagle fans and the Cowboy fans, they greet each other.
I love that guy, man. I love that, man.
He's son of a bitch.
That's my brother out there, man.
Yeah, shout out to Big Chris, man. Yeah, he be doing the Lord's work out there for them Cowboy fans. Let's see. Oh, he's giving the grades.
F and an F minus.
F and F minus. Good Lord. Good Lord.
That's what he texted me back. Look, 2 comments. He texted me that it was a lucky catch. That's what he said.
Oh, dang, Chris. This and Chris right here when you see the Eagle fan.
Idiot!
What?
Do you realize what you've just done? You just cost me 25 grand, Polly.
Yeah? Blow me.
Oh man, but shout out to Big Chris. He got his show on Wednesdays. Eagle fans, go check him out. Give him some hell. Big Mondo out there, Dallas Chris, and I forgot what's the other gentleman's name. But all right, man. Do you have any closing statements about this Browns game?
No, I mean, It was preseason.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, there is you can't take everything too serious until the season. But what we are trying to do is trying to be like, scouting department and seeing, the potential out there of these guys, the positives,
The team against the Jets was not the team against the Browns. I'll tell you that, right? Because against the Jets, man, we came out with that fire on both sides of the ball, offense and defense. And then the Browns game, it was just like, I don't know.
Yeah, and then you got to think like Devontae wasn't even out there. So when this is all, I can't wait to see this all put together, and that's hoping that Miles is there too.
Yeah.
But if not, I'll be okay with KG. I'm not gonna lie. I know people might grill me for that, saying that he's not ready and all that, but in my eyes, you got to roll with him.
He's nice. He's nice.
Yeah. And did you see when he went to the goal line, he took that hit from the linebacker. He actually popped that dude. That dude was actually shaking up a little bit. So, bro, I love both y'all. Much love, Chris. Yeah, right back at you, brother. You know how it is. Tell the family, said, "What's up from the Birdman?" And then, so positives. Cam Jurgens, Huntley looking nice out there. Who else? You got the receivers, kind of, doing something, trying to make a name for themselves, trying to earn themselves a roster spot like Kane right here.
Yeah.
You love to see that. And
I thought he was a tight end, man.
Yeah, you just never know, man, who's gonna be working out,
Like I love Miles. I love Miles just as much as the next guy, you know what I mean?
Right.
But I mean, like if he ain't out on the field, I mean, he didn't have no touchdowns last year. You know what I mean? Like he had 800 some yards, but no tubs. And
but like I said, like the most disappointing was the defense looked
that was
very lackadaisical. That they didn't feel. I didn't feel nothing. Like at least give me the first two quarters. Show something. Like I could the third and fourth, okay, whatever. You guys ate some popcorn and some Kool-Aid and all that stuff. But the first two quarters, man, I don't know what was up with that. I was like Charles Barkley. That was terrible. But all right, Henry, it's always fun. We got one more preseason game. You're always welcome to the show, man, and just keep grinding out. Always love for the Bird fans, and good dude. Keep taking care of the fam like I see you doing, and making your wife go through the hells. I see you putting on the TikTok video with your massage thing over there.
Yeah.
I was like, man, did this dude rent a freaking massage table, or he got that at the house? Or
that was one of my tables for my dining room table.
I thought it was a real. You sold it. I thought it was real deal Holyfield. Let's see. But all right, man. Have a blessed day.
You too, man. Appreciate you having me on.
I'll talk to you for a minute after when we close it out. I'll talk to you real quick. But it's always Fly Eagles Fly, the Birdman _. Make sure you hit that like for your boy one time. Bird Gang all day, every day.
Wow.